Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Belle. So today I want to share with you this new book that I am about to read. I haven't started reading this yet. I got this 2 days ago when my cousin and I went to the mall and it was on sale, and this book is already used. Okay. So this is a true story based on the World War II soldiers, and the author's name is James Bradley. He's also the author of Flags of Our Fathers. There are some things in this book that really captured my attention. Shocking. Bradley does his best to pull inspiration from this gruesome yarn, but it's not a history lesson for readers with weak stomachs. So I can tell because this book talks about the details of the war, what happened during those times. And so I'm trying to prepare myself for it, to be honest. But anyway, so it's called Flyboys, as you can see. The reviews are pretty brilliant. And this is published by Little Brown and Company. The contents alone really captured my attention already. Just look at this. Declassified civilization, spirit war, the third dimension, the rape of China. And reminds me of the rape of Nanking. If you guys don't know, there's plenty of documentaries on YouTube about the rape of Nanking. There's also Doing the Impossible, Air Power, Yellow Devils, White Devils, to the Pacific, Carrier War. I am very interested about the stories of war because I wrote war stories as well. If you guys haven't checked out my books, there is a link in this channel. You can visit my website. I wrote two stories inspired by World War II. One is about the Battle of the Corregidor Island, and the other one is the aftermath of the World War II. So there's the map. There is my country right there. The Philippines, the Japan, that's the Nanking that I mentioned, China, Nanking, South Korea. So the story really took place during the Japanese invasion, during the Pacific War. This is the famous Okinawa. The Hakusa Ridge took place in the Okinawa island of Japan during World War II. This is it. That's the Hiroshima and the Nagasaki. The Iwo Jima. Look at the distance of Japan from the Philippines. It is so near. There's a Taiwan as well. Hawaii. So this book has some pretty interesting images. I'm just gonna show it to you. And these are pretty interesting stuff. There is one particular image that really caught my attention. And it is this one. Because this took place in the Philippines. Look at this. It says, editorial page of the Evening Journal. I think that's the name of the newspaper. Published May 5, 19... I couldn't read. It says, kill everyone over 10. General Jacob Smith. And there's the image or images of soldiers aiming at those kids. It says, criminals because they were born 10 years before we took the Philippines. Just look at that. The caption says, "Kill everyone over 10, New York Evening Journal, May 5, 1902. So the date is May 5, 1902, okay. American policy in the Philippines was to kill everyone over 10 years of age. New York Public Library, Art Resource, New York. Pretty horrible things happened during the war. This is Emperor Hirohito, the Emperor of Japan. Okay. What else? Look at this. A spirit warrior chopping off Chinese heads. It says, "I was taught that Chinese are beasts," said one Japanese soldier. Another one. Jimmy Doolittle lifts off from the Hornet Tokyo bound on April 18, 1942. The entire convoy shouted in a surge of relief as Jimmy demonstrated that a heavy army bomber could take off from an aircraft carrier. Oh, look at this. It says, Australian Sergeant Leonard C. Fleet being beheaded by Yasuno Chikao in New Guinea on October 24, 1943 in a photo found on the body of a dead Japanese soldier. This photo was widely circulated during the war. I want to read what it says here. I think this is a telegram. Western Union. It says, Washington, D.C. Mr. and Mrs. Grady Alva, New York. The Navy Department deeply regrets to inform you that your son Grady Alva York Jr., aviation ordnance 3rd class, is missing following action while in the service of his country. The department appreciates your great anxiety, but details not available and delay in receipt thereof must necessarily be expected. To prevent possible aid to our enemies, please do not divulge the name of his ship or station. Vice Admiral Randall Jacobs, Chief of Naval Personnel. Another telegram. And this time it is from Commandant of the Marine Corps. To Mrs. Evia McDonald. It is addressed to the mother. So it says, deeply regret to inform you that your son, Second Lieutenant Warren Vaughn, is missing in action in the performance of his duty and service of his country. I realize your great anxiety, but details not available and delay in receipt thereof must be expected. To prevent possible aid to our enemies, do not divulge the name of his ship or station. Letter follows. Released, M.G. Craig. This is the mother of Warren Earl Vaughn, Evie. She's waiting for her son to return. And this is George Bush. He was rescued. He used to be a lieutenant at that time, wearing his parachute harness over the Mae West life jacket. This was when George Bush was rescued by 5 members of the Finback's crew on September 2, 1944. Look at this. The caption says, General Curtis LeMay said, "We scorched and boiled and baked to death more people in Tokyo on that night of March 9 to 10 than went up in vapor at Hiroshima and Nagasaki combined." Sorry about my voice, guys. I'm having a little sore throat. B-29s flying unchallenged near Mount Fuji symbolized that the war was lost, but Japan would not surrender. Japanese people dead. Uh, this was President Bush and the author, James Bradley. Atop Mount Suribachi, Iwo Jima, that island. It says, Masayo Enomoto and James Bradley. Young Enomoto-san, this guy, helped wreak havoc in China as a soldier in the Japanese army, but is now welcome there for his truth-telling. He says it was the emperor system that allowed such atrocities to take place. We have to eradicate militaristic thinking from this earth. That was him. This book is really interesting and I can't wait to start reading him. So, I saw one more picture. So, about the author, James Bradley is the author of the #1 bestseller Flags of Our Fathers, and he is the son of one of the men who raised the American flag on Iwo Jima. Flyboys is his second book. So anyway, that's it for you guys. I mean, that's all I have for now. And as I've said, I'm very excited to start reading these books. I mean, just read the reviews. It's really fantastic. It says Bradley has written a clear-eyed, heartfelt approach to a little-known corner of the 20th century's largest and most violent upheaval, while at the same time shining a light on some of that generation's finest. You know what? When I first saw this book and the title Flyboys, the very first thing that came to my mind was that movie, Flyboys, with the same title, Flyboys, but that was different. That movie was set in France. Specifically, if I'm not mistaken, it was in Verdun. Those were the lives of the American soldiers who were sent to help as an allied forces to help liberate France at the time. I thought this book was all about that, but I was wrong. This is different. So anyway, that's what I have for you guys. As I've said, if you haven't checked out all of my books, you can visit my official website. There is a link in this channel. All the best, everybody. Bye-bye.